There we go. All right, and welcome to 617 Tuesday, Taco Tuesday edition of MLB Props and Picks. I am Adam, joined by Frank. Frank, how are you doing today?
Yeah, it's okay. Yesterday was kind of a bad day, but
Yeah, I was yet again one leg away on some of the NBA stuff. Specifically, Alex Caruso decided he didn't want to do anything, and then the last game I had T.J. McConnell as the last leg of my parlay. He didn't do anything, and he went off. So I just cannot get these NBA playoffs right this year, and I'm gonna continue to lose money, I'm sure. I do think this series is over in the next game, though. But yep, yep. Well, we got baseball today. We've got, I believe, a full slate, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 games to look over here. Um, did you have any baseball picks yesterday?
uh, yeah, I had Washington to come back to win, but they didn't make it. And then New York, they lost by 1-0.
All right. Well, we're gonna find some spots today. Um, our games kick off tonight at 6:10 Eastern. We got Philly going up against Miami. Jesus Luzardo going up against Cal Quantrill. Philly's a -187 favorite, and the over/under at 8.5 runs. I'll let you get started with this game. Anything sticking out to you?
Uh, I'm gonna lean the Phillies. Jesus Luzardo has not been doing good this year. Last 4 games, he was five. He gave up a lot of hits, but last game against Chicago, he took a step in the right direction. He only gave up 5 hits, 1 earned run. So hopefully he could do good this game and against Miami.
Gotcha. Yeah, in this game, I'm going Phillies. I also like Kyle Schwarber to get a stolen base, which is kind of a random stat, but when I was doing some digging, he actually has 3 stolen bases against this pitcher. I don't know if it's something about the lineup or the matchup, but also with that, in order to get a stolen base, usually the batter has to be on first base, so I'm going to take him to get a single in this game as well. Um, Single or walk, whichever one you want to go with there. But I do like the stolen base prop, and I like over his fantasy points today in that game. Moving on, we have Pittsburgh going up against Detroit. Bailey Falter going up against Casey Mize. Detroit is a -198 favorite. Over under set at 8.5 runs. Um, I mean, looking at this game straight up, I mean, we got another Detroit pitcher who's been having a really good season, going up against the forever stuck in purgatory Pittsburgh Pirates. So yeah, I mean, give me Detroit in this game. And then give me Jahmai Jones over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Um, yeah, so like, I don't think I'd go 1.5 runs here, but give me Detroit. What about you? Your mic is muted, I believe.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, there.
I said I'm gonna go with the 1.5 runs here, but on the Pittsburgh side, I'm gonna go Pittsburgh plus 1.5 runs. Aha,
Okay.
I gotcha.
Oh,
Because Ellie Falter has been really sharp lately. They won the last 4 out of 5 of his games, so I think they could stick around in this game.
all right. I can see that, but I can't agree with you here, sir. Can't agree with you, sir. But that's why there's two of us, so we can have differences of opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. We've got a potential slugfest. Sentanza Soraka, Colorado versus Washington. I apologize, my throat is a little messed up today. Washington -205 favorite, over under set at 9.5 runs. And yeah, just looking at this Rockies win total, they must have picked up a couple of wins here recently because last time I checked they had 13. Um, I am going Washington here. I'm going Washington over 1.5 runs, and I'm going to pick Alex Call over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, and I'm also going to do that for James Wood. Again, wouldn't have them in the same lineup, but Yeah, give me Washington here. Um, Santanza's 1-10 for God's sake. He's winning 10% of his games. What about you?
I'm also going to choose the Washington Nationals here, -1.5 runs. As I said multiple times, like Michael Soraka is a much better pitcher than his current ERA says. And I think the Nationals will score early and often on the Rockies against Sensatella. So,
And nobody knows how to say his name. It's okay. All right, moving on. Los Angeles Angels going up against the New York Yankees. We've got Kyle Hendricks, who has not been doing well since he left Chicago, going up against Will Warren. New York is a -262 favorite, over under at 9.5 runs. Um, I'll let you start this one off.
I got a New York Yankees -1.5 because Kai Hendricks is so bad, and when he was on the Cubs, he even was like part of the relief team, and then they brought him back to be a starter, and he still sucked. So yeah, I'm gonna go New York Yankees -1.5.
Fair enough. A couple things I do like from this game in terms of a prop standpoint. I like Ben Rice over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I also like Zach Neto over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I'm tempted to go Grisham under 1.5. He's 0 for 6 with 4 strikeouts against Kyle Hendricks. But at the same time, Grisham, let me look at his stats. He is starting to regress some, but he does mash the ball. If he's not hitting home runs, though, he's not really hitting that over. And while we are at Yankee Stadium, go ahead and give me Trent Grisham under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I also like the Yankees 1.5 here. I think they probably win by more than that, honestly. And I don't think this game is going to be close. So if you want to get spicy and go 2.5, go for it. Yeah, give me the Yankees convincingly here. Moving on, Arizona, Toronto. Brandon Paffett going up against Chris Bassett. Toronto is a -123 favorite, over under at 9 runs. And actually, I want to circle back real quick before I forget. I actually like the over in the Washington game as well. Something to kind of sprinkle in there. But you got any takes in this Arizona Toronto game?
Um, I'm probably gonna take Jays right here. Chris Bassett he's having a decent game. He's having a decent year, and the Jays have one of the best bullpens in the league right now. So I think the Jays should be able to hold on for the win.
All right. Yeah, I struggle with this one. I think Chris Bassett's probably the better pitcher for sure, but um, you know, the Diamondbacks lineup can sometimes go nuclear. I just have a feeling Arizona pulls this one off. No confidence, and definitely wouldn't put it as part of one of my parlays, and not really anyone that sticks out from a prop standpoint. But give me Arizona as an underdog here at plus money. Again, no real confidence. Moving on to a game that looks like might have some rain potential. We've got Minnesota going up against Cincinnati. David Festa going up against lefty Andrew Abbott. Cincinnati -124 favorite. We got an over/under of 9 runs, and Andrew Abbott has been having a really, really good season. And pretty much he's going to be why I picked Cincinnati in this game. Um, Again, be careful in these rain games. I'm not sure if this one has potential for rainouts. Again, Kevin Roth on Twitter is a good person to look for stuff like that. And also, this RotoWire website has a page with the weather details. But give me Cincinnati. And lately, Ellie De La Cruz has been 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs on Prize Picks. If he is today, and we'll check at the end, I think that's an excellent play yet again. But yeah, give me Cincy. Any
Uh,
objections?
no, but I would rather go Ellie De La Cruz over 1.5 over since he winning because um yeah, but I mean since he should win. Twins have been letting me down lately, so they've lost like every time I bet on them. So
Yeah, they've not been kind to me either. Moving on, all three of these next games have rain potential. Again, make sure you're checking those rain details. We got the New York Mets going up against the Atlanta Braves. David Peterson going against Schwellenbach. Atlanta's a minus 135 favorite, and over under is set at 8.5 runs. And we've got two really good pitchers here, but I'm leaning towards the Atlanta side of things um, in this matchup. Although I will say I do think New York overall has the better lineup going for them right now. But do give me Ronald Acuna over fantasy, whatever his fantasy line is today, just because he has the potential for walks, and I'm not sure. I highly doubt he's trying to get stolen bases this year. He's got one. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be. Dang, he's having a hot start to the year. 390, 7 home runs, 13 after coming off that injury. Yeah, give me Ronald Acuna over 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs, or give me over fantasy score today, and give me the Braves to win. What about you?
Got the Braves to win here too, even though the Mets have a better um, record right now because Atlanta has been they have their full lineup back, right? I think,
Yeah,
and they
everybody's
have
back on
been
the
winning
Atlanta side.
games. They have been winning games. Last last 7 games, they won uh, like 5 of them. So they've been winning.
All right. Moving on to an AL East matchup, we've got Baltimore going up against Tampa Bay. Dean Kremer going up against Zach Littell. We've got Tampa Bay at a minus 122 favorite and over under at 9.5 runs. I'll let you get started on this one because I want to look up some stats on Dean Kremer. Anything sticking out to you in this game?
I'll probably go with the over 8.5.
Okay,
Let me see here. Yeah.
taking the over. I mean, I could see that too. Um,
They have easily I think these two are mediocre pitchers right now, and Tampa Bay has been scoring a lot lately. Let's see, last ERA 7 days, 5.14. Dean Kramer. Dean Kramer, I think, was playing better last year compared to this year. And Zach Littell is just he gives up a lot of runs sometimes. But I picked the over here. I don't have a particular side right now. Probably Tampa Bay, but they're like iffy.
yeah, I could see the overhitting, especially if we have a rain delay in this game and these starters get pulled again into the bullpens early. I like the over as well. I'll take the Baltimore side if I had to flip a coin, and it's pretty much a coin flip on this game. Give me Gunnar Henderson over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. But yeah, it's kind of a toss-up in terms of who wins. I think there might be a lot of runs scored in this game, but if I had to pick, I'd go Baltimore here. Moving on, St. Louis going up against the Chicago White Sox. We got Matthew Liberatore, left-handed pitcher, going up against Shane Smith. St. Louis is a minus 148 favorite, and the over/under is at 8.5 runs. In this game, I'm going to begrudgingly take the Cardinals to win. I'm also going to take Lars Nootbaar over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I think the Cardinals do win this game. The White Sox are really bad. Matthew Liberatore has good games. He has bad games. I think there's a more likely chance he has a good game against this really, really bad Chicago White Sox lineup. I don't mind sprinkling in Luis Robert stolen base, but I would definitely would not put that in a parlay. What about you?
Um, I really don't have a pick here, but for plus money, I would go the White Sox. Both teams are not
Ooh,
doing real right now.
spicy,
Both
spicy.
teams are not doing well right now, and they're both on losing streaks, like bad. Uh, Cardinals won like 1 game out of their last 10.
Well, I'm from
Just
St.
bad.
Louis. You're from Chicago. This game is.
I mean, I don't like the White Sox right now, but they've lost like their last 5 games. So, but they've been winning some games. They won some games against Kansas City and then some games against Detroit Tigers, which are pretty good teams. They have a chance.
All right. Well, I've
And
got
Shane Smith, they've won his last out of the last 5. They've won 3 of them, so they have a chance.
Shane Smith, Sam Smith. I don't care who it is. If freaking not going to beat the Cardinals today. So I'm going to propose a bet for you today because I think we need to get some action going. We're going to do $10, and whoever wins gets the other person's $10 used in the form of a parlay. That $10, the loser picks a 3-pick parlay that goes to the winner, any winnings from that 10-pick parlay. Are you down for that?
Okay.
All right, and then we'll be through Prize Picks. We've got our link in the description. A $5 deposit gets you $50 in bonus bets. Sign up today. Help spread the love. Help us continue to do this. It is very difficult. We both have newborn children and full-time jobs, so we're trying to do this for funsies, but we would love to do this full-time. So, moving on, Kansas City versus Texas. Seth Lugo going up against Jack Leiter. Texas is a -134 favorite. Over/under set at 8.5 runs. And this one is tough. Tough, 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 tough. Both pitchers have been doing very well. Jack Leiter almost had a no-hitter earlier this year. Both lineups have been kind of up and down as well. So I don't know. I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do from a money line standpoint. I don't know what to do from an over/under standpoint. So I'm gonna let you kick this one off and see if you have any take. You might be able to convince me one way or the other.
Which Jack Whiter?
Jack Leiter versus Seth Lugo. Are you seeing
Oh,
something
later.
different?
Okay,
Yeah.
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 Guess what? I
Uh-oh.
choose the under. There you go, under
Under.
8.5 because both, like you said, they've been really good pitchers. So maybe go with under. I really don't have a pick here. Maybe Texans and under.
Texans. Texans.
Yeah, Rangers. Texas Rangers.
Oh, okay, okay. I think you said Texans. So
Sorry, my
we
bad.
are not in the NFL. We will get there in
Okay,
August.
okay. Rangers. I'll probably go the Rangers because Kansas City has not been hitting the ball. If you can't win if you don't hit the ball. And they have not been scoring, and they've lost they've won. Well, I should say they won because they lost so many games. They won the last 4 games out of 25. So you know what? Go the Texans. They've
Nice.
been doing really bad lately.
All right, I'll jump on that bandwagon with you. Give me Texas. And
Have you seen their whole last month? It's so bad. They only have 5 wins the whole month.
yeah, I'm also tempted here to go Higashoka home run because again, anytime I see his name and I don't bet it, it hits a home run. So I'm not gonna bet it today, and I'm not gonna recommend it, but he's gonna hit a home run. Give me Texas. Moving on, 5 games left here. We got Milwaukee versus Chicago. We got Chad Patrick going up against Ben Brown, who, has been a bad season for Ben Brown. Chicago's -153, over under at 9 runs. Ball is blowing out to the outfield at 9 miles per hour, and there's a 60% chance of rain in this game. I'm gonna go with the Brewers here. Um, Ben Brown's been doing really bad. Let's see if we have any stats. He should have some stats against Milwaukee here. He's pitched pretty well against Milwaukee, actually. He strikes out a lot of people. Screw it. Give me the Cubs. Ben Brown's, for whatever reason, looks like he does good against this team. I'll take the Cubs here, actually. I changed my mind. Give me Ben Brown over on strikeouts, over on fantasy points. I think he has a good game just because he does good against Milwaukee. What about you?
Yeah. Good thing you switched the teams, guys. I was gonna go to the Cubs money line or -1.5 because he's been doing well against the Brewers, and the Cubs hitting lineup has been doing pretty good this year. Brewers are hit and miss usually, so I think the thing would be going with the Cubs right now. I think they have a better stable record.
All right. Moving on to what will be a very interesting matchup today, Boston versus Seattle. We got Walker Buehler, who's not doing well since leaving the Dodgers, going up against Brian Wu. Seattle's a -183 favorite, over under set at 7.5 runs. And boy, Walker Buehler has not been doing good. He started off decent, but I do like Seattle here. Also, Boston just traded their best player to the Giants.
Oh, Brian Bello or Brian whatever.
No, Devers, Rafael Devers.
Yeah. Sorry, that's right.
Yeah, and I think Red Sox are about to go full tank mode here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Trevor Story get traded as well before the deadline. I think this team's going to start to fall off a cliff. Um, Clearly some riff there. I'm not really sure when Alex Bergman's supposed to come back, but he's not going to be able to stop this ship that is on the verge of sinking. Give me Seattle. Give me Seattle over 1.5 runs here. From a prop perspective, Walker Buehler probably hasn't faced these guys much. He's got some decent. It looks like Cal Raleigh and Jorge Polanco are 2 for 2 and 2 for 3 against him, respectfully. I like either one of those over hits, runs, RBIs in this one. But yeah, give me Seattle 1.5. What about you?
I'm just gonna go Seattle money line here. Brian Wu has been pitching pretty well since he started. I think 2 years ago or last year. I think he started last year. But
Uh,
anyways, I think Seattle should win. As you said, Boston gave up a lot of their players already, or their best player, to a trade. So I think Seattle should be able to win.
all right. Well, speaking of Devers, we've got Cleveland going up against San Francisco. Slade Ciccone going up against Robbie Ray. San Francisco minus 158, over under set at 7 runs. The wind is blowing out 18 miles per hour to the outfield. This is a perfect recipe for Rafael Devers to hit a home run today. Did he play yesterday? That is what I'm curious. I did not actually see that, so I'm going to take a look at that real quick. While I do that, do you have anything else to add?
Probably go the Giants. Saccone is not a good pitcher. Yeah, Saccone is just not a good pitcher, even though he didn't give up a lot of runs the last game because the last game was 1-0. Cincinnati won, but guess what? I don't like Saccone. And Robbie Ray's ERA is much better, under 3. So, I got him Giants.
Yeah, give me Giants in this game. Give me Giants minus 1.5. Again, give me over on fantasy score. Give me over on, or give me a home run for Rafael Devers. Also, I don't know if this is a bettable stat, but I just have a feeling that Rafael Devers has an error at third base today because he was mad at the Red Sox. They would not let him play at third base. And I think he might be a little rusty and has an error today. But give me Devers. This is going to be the Devers show today. He's going to obliterate Cleveland, and we're going to be clipping this segment because this is going to hit. Put him in your parlays. Guarantee. This is my guarantee of the day.
Guarantee of the day.
Yeah. What's your guarantee of the day?
Um, Probably. I don't know yet. No, I don't have a guarantee. Anything can happen in baseball.
There's no guarantees, but this is
Probably New York
guaranteed.
Yankees winning money line.
Yeah, I like that one a lot too. All right, moving on. We've got Joe Schmo going up against Joe Schmo. We got Jason Alexander going up against JP Sears, two garbage pitchers, uh, deciding the fate of this game. We got Houston at a minus 118 favorite, over under at 10.5 runs. Oh my goodness, that's a big run total. Give me the over. Give me over 11.5 if you can bet it in this game. I'm not really sure who to pick. Pick your favorite player on either side to go over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, because it probably hits. What about you?
I'm gonna pick Athletics here, but not too sure. Alexander was a relief pitcher, and his ERA is kind of inflated at 18 because the Dodgers had 7 hits off him and 9 earned runs. That's a lot. So that's why his ERA is like 18. But it's this is I think I'm gonna pick the Athletics here. Even though they both are bad, really bad. I don't know. Maybe the over. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is gonna be watch this be 1-0, and both pitchers pitch like 7 innings, 10 strikeouts. But
Maybe.
I think I would lean Athletics too, just because I think their lineup is better. When you've got a toss-up at pitcher, you look at the better lineup. It's the home team, and I'm surprised they have 30 wins, to be honest with you, because their pitching is honestly what's holding them down this season. Their hitting is start to develop, and Nick Kurtz is actually starting to. Yeah, they've got a lot of really good young hitting pieces here. Athletics are always good at developing talent; they're just not good at retaining it. So yeah, I'll go Athletics as well. Last game on the slate for today, San Diego versus the Dodgers. Randy Vasquez going against Matt Sayer. The Dodgers are a minus 218 favorite, over under at 9.5 runs. And I will say, I don't like either one of these pitchers, but that money line is interesting. Who do you got in this game today?
Uh, I don't even see a picture on ESPN, but probably just go Dodgers minus 1.5. I don't know what's the ERA of the new guy. I can't even see it.
The on the San Diego side,
Dodgers.
Dodgers. He's 1-1 with a 5.68 ERA.
Oh God. I'm just not gonna make a pick. Probably Dodgers money line.
Fair enough. All right, and I'm probably going to go. You know what? No, I'm going Dodgers. I was gonna take
I
a.
know you want to go Padres, right? But Vasquez or what's his name is not good.
Yeah, I mean this Dodgers lineup is just so much better.
Yep.
Yeah, give me a. How's Mookie Betts been doing? I feel like Mookie Betts has been having a down year. Yeah, he's not doing so hot. So I'm gonna stay away from him. What about Freddie Freeman? Is still doing well, not really home run potential. Otani's got 25 home runs. Okay, give me Otani to crush a ball here. Give me Otani home run, for funsies. So we're gonna come up with Frick. What is your 3 money line picks today for a parlay?
Probably New York. Looking right now. Sorry.
I'll go ahead and
Probably.
give mine while
Yeah.
you're developing one there.
Do
I'm
you
gonna go New York Yankees minus 1.5. I'm going to go St. Louis Cardinals, and I'm gonna go San Francisco minus 1.5. What about you?
probably go to Phillies? Did we say Phillies?
Yeah, Phillies is pretty safe. Phillies against Miami.
Phillies minus. Oh no, Phillies. And then New York Yankees minus 1.5, and then maybe Giants. Wait,
Giants is a
sorry.
lock. Just go
And
ahead and pick
Texas. Texas. No, Texas.
Texas. All right. Let's go ahead and get a prize picks lineup put in here. Why can I not pick Rafael Devers? Interesting. That is how you
He's not
spell his
playing. Is he
name.
playing?
I mean, the game lineup hasn't been announced yet, but maybe they don't have him on the team yet. Well, he's not popping up yet, but when he does, I want him over hits, runs, RBIs.
Devers.
Devers. Yeah, that's what I put in, and it's not popping up right now for some reason, but I'm sure it will. We're going to go Gunnar Henderson over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I'm going to go Ben Rice, even though he's been doing me dirty lately. We'll go over fantasy score on him. Again, I go over fantasy score on Devers to play it safe. And then give me Kyle Schwarber over fantasy points. We're going to do a 5-pick today. Kyle, I can never spell his freaking name right. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? Price picks. Alright. Does he have an over fantasy score? He should. Okay. And then I'm gonna give you 5, but um, the fifth one of these guys I'd swap out for Devers or make it a 6-way. I like Nito over fantasy points. Perfect. And then there's one other guy. I already got him. Ellie De La Cruz. And then pick your least confident of these and replace them. Do we have a 1.5 on him? We do not. They got smart. They took it away. We'll do the 0.5 to spice it up a little bit. All right, I can see 10x 5 ways. Don't hate the 5-way pick. I'd probably swap out Ellie for Rafael Devers fantasy score. Just because Ellie's not getting that 1.5 juice that we've been seeing here recently. And then yeah, it looks like we'll get like a 10 or a 6x if you go with the flex play. Typically, we've been 1 away on all these picks, so probably go with the flex play here. But just to cap it back off again, we got Gunnar Henderson over, Ben Rice over, Kyle Schwarber over, Zach Neto over, Ellie De La Cruz over. Again, probably would swap Ellie De La Cruz out for Rafael Devers. I also wouldn't mind swapping one of these guys out if there's a pick you're not comfortable with. In the Seattle, who was that game where that guy was 1 for 16, and I mentioned it earlier, and I said I'd take the under. Let me see, where's the Seattle game? I also like Kyle Raleigh over and Polanco over. There was somebody I really liked. Well, you'll have to go back and rewatch the video to find that, but I like that as well. But yeah, well, that's all I got for today. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope. I haven't been looking at any tennis lately, so.
Okay. Fair
And
enough.
then gonna do UFC on Friday.
Yeah, we're gonna do a UFC show this week. It's my last weekend before I go back to work. So we're gonna have spicy UFC picks here for you. All right, well, stay tuned for that. Anything else before we get out of here?
Hope.
All right. Sounds good. Well, everybody have a good day. Good luck. Post your wins in the comments. Let us know what we can do differently in the comments, and please like and subscribe. Helps us continue doing this and stay away from our 9 to 5 god awful jobs.